Hi and welcome back to my channel Crafty Clemmy. So today I'm coming in with the Winter Wishes, which is out of the Blockbuster Christmas collection that they did, and I'm going in with the Little Robin Redbreast. So I'm just going to move some of this, so I'm going to use this one here. So I've already pulled him out of the topper sheet. And this is the card stock that I'm going to be using. And then I've got an 8x7 card. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get a piece of, is it silver? Yeah, so it's got silver frame. So I'm going to get a bit of silver mirror and I'm going to cut that down to the 8x7. Just under the 8 rather, sorry. So it's going to be 2 notches under the 8. So I'll make sure it's big enough to go that way, yeah. So 2 notches under the 8. Just there. A bit to the side. And then 2 notches under the 7. Which is there. And my map for the top of the card, which is there. And then this one underneath me, or underneath my trimmer I should say. I'm going to get a pair of scissors and I'm going to fussy cut these little robins out from this piece of topper cardstock, the foiled cardstock. You can go in with your knife, crafting knife if you prefer. I'm just going to cut around these robins as best as I can in this light, because I can't see properly. Might have to switch to my craft knife. So I can go around these little flowers on here. Just moving the card around. I mean, I don't fussy cut that often, so it might not come out perfect, but I'm giving it a go. It's going to go around this robin. And hopefully that's that cut out. Didn't really put that much pressure on the card to cut this out. Not cut it all the way through, so I'm just going to go in and hopefully trim this down a little bit. No, it hasn't gone right through on the knife. Hopefully. Cutting around this little flower thing is quite a trick. There we go. So that bit is going to be going on the top. Looks quite good. And then I'm going to cut this card down as well now. This piece of card to go onto this mirror card, so I want this, so it's going to be that way. So I need to cut this one so it is, so I've got that bit there, so it needs to be 2 notches under, is it the 8 this way? Yeah, I just have to keep double checking my measurements. So 2 notches under the 8, I mean 4 notches under the 8, sorry. No, I need that bit, don't I? So I have to put it the other way. Otherwise I'll be cutting the wrong end off. So 4 notches under the 8. And then it needs to be 4 notches under the 7. Like so. So that's that for the mat and layer. And then I'm just going to bring in my all-purpose glue to stick this onto the silver mirror card. And I do apologise if you can hear my tummy rumbling slightly. I don't know whether I'll get any more than one card done in this video today because it's quite late in the afternoon and I've not had any lunch yet because it's taken me about an hour to decide on how I wanted to do this particular card. So yeah. And then I decided how I was going to do it. So it is a tent fold. I'm just going to make sure that this is the right way up. And stick this one down. Let's try this bottle because this is a bit fuller. Bit of tacky glue on these corners again. My chair's a bit squeaky as well. Stick that on there. Let's push that down a little bit. Push that down. Just open that for a minute. It's gone on a bit skew with. Just trying to budge it over with my finger. And then this bit I've fussy cutted out and my topper, so I'm going to use this frame. So this frame is going to go on underneath, this is going to go in this corner on there like so with that tucked underneath. The silver frame is coming out of this one and going in there, and then I'm going to use the little border strip that we have on here. Where did my scissors go? In front of me. So I'm just going to cut this border out. Like so. And I think I'm going to come in flat with this. So I'm just going to use some tacky glue on this. Like so. And this is going to go onto here. About there. Just move that back for a minute. This is going to have some sticky pads on it, so I'm going to come in with my quite a thick bit of foam pad to stick this on with. Just going to cut a bit more off for down there. Like so. Pull off this backing. So as you can see, I'm using two different sets of scissors with this, because I use one for cutting like my foam pads and all that, and I use one for cutting my card and my paper, so that I don't make my best scissors all sticky from the foam pads, because they do get a bit sticky. So that's going to be stuck down there. This silver frame I'm not going to use, and I'm going to stick with this to stick this topper on. So I'm just going to go all the way across to there, cut another couple of bits off so I can put one underneath that middle strip, and then one above as well, like so. And before I actually go and stick that on, I wanted to use a bit of this, so it goes underneath like so in the middle. So I'm just going to get my scissors and I'm just going to trim that bit down to there. This is going to sit flat, so I'm just going to put a bit of tacky glue onto that. So these cards that I'm making at the moment, they're quite simple cards really. I have got some other style of cards that I'm going to make in coming videos, but I just want to have, before I do a video on them, I just want to have a little bit of a play around with actually assembling the cards that I've looked on Pinterest for, so that when I go to make them on the video, that they actually do work how they're supposed to before I go doing a video on them. So then we stick that on there, and then the sentiment that I'm going to use for this one is going to be this little one here, which says, "Have a jolly little Christmas." So on this one I'm just going to put, it's supposed to have a little, it's like a little tag, it's got a little bow in it, it's got a little thing that you push out to put a bit of ribbon through it, but as this is going sideways on, we're just going to stick with that. So this is going to go down to the bottom here, just on there, like that. And that is the finished card for that one, I think. Maybe I might come in with this little tiny robin that I've got here. Find a little tiny sticky pad that I can put on there to stick him on. Just get one of these squares, and then that one go in this top corner. Wasn't my original plan of using that one, it was just my plan of doing this style of card. And then I'm going to add a few gems just down to the side here and here, but I'm not 100% sure on what colour, so I'll be back in a moment when I've picked the... Okay, so I have found some of these red gems, so I think I'm going to come in with them. I'm just going to turn this card around to make it easier for me. I'm just going to put a couple on there on my picky up tool. I'm not going to go too big, so if I can pick these up, I'm just going to put that one on there, and then I've got another little tiny one here. Just going to put that one on there, and then I'm going to go 1, 2 this side, and the same again. I've got one which I have there. I can get my hands on him, which is going to go here, and then I should have another one of them that I used just down there, which is going to go there. So that is the card for that one. I mean, if you want to, you can go ahead and put some glitter on, or put on some other bits. So you could actually put a ribbon on, so it's sitting on there, or maybe on this corner here. But I'm just going to leave that card as is, and maybe get set up for my next one if I've got, yeah, I've got time to do my next one. So I'm going to do 2. I wasn't going to do 2 because I didn't think that this one would be as straightforward as that. I thought it was going to take me a lot longer. So I'm just going to have a bit of a clean down and have a swig of my coffee, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back with my next card now, and this one is going to be, so it's going to be a 7 by 8 that way. This has been cut down to the 3.5, so it's like a cutaway card, just over the 3.5. So it's a cutaway card, and I'm going to be using this little one here on there with some silver mirror again, and a piece of card from that collection as well, which I've got over here on the side. So this is the card that's going to go on the inside. So it's going to cut this silver mirror down to the 2 notches under the 3.5, and see if that is the size I need to be for this bit over here. So whenever I do these types of cards, I never get them right. So that is too small. So why is that too small when it's 3.5? Okay. It's not making sense to me, but hey ho. Let's have a look to see if I've got a bit of card here that I can use, which I have. So let me go, that's 3.5. So I'm just going to go 2 notches above the 3.5. I'm going to go to there for now, and then I'll see where I'm at. See if that's too big, which now it is. So I'm going to cut that down again. So if I cut it down to the 3.5, and then see, that didn't cut all the way through. Just chop that off with my scissors. And then let me just have a check and see. So it still needs another notch to come in off of there. Hopefully this will be better now. Not too small and not too big, hopefully. Okay, that's a little bit shorter than what I wanted it, but it's not that big a deal. I know it's not too bad actually. So we're going to go with that bit. and then it was by 8, so I need to go 2 notches under the 8 again on that bit. It's just not cutting through, so I think I might have some paper or something stuck in the groove. That's better. Throw that little bit in the bin, put that to the side for the moment. I'm going to bring this back in, and I am going to, what am I going to do? Going to do a, so this is going to be the inside bit, so this is going to be, this is going to have to be 4 notches under the 8. Use that one, I'll do it that way. So 4 notches under the 8, both sides. I'm just going to do it this way, but I'm going to take this as 2 notches under the 8. So I'm going to take the 2 notches off this side and 2 notches off the other side. Seven. That's alright that way. So it needs to be 2 notches under the 7 this way. No, 4 notches under the 7. Like that. That'll do, and then we need a bit of mirri. Let's need another bit of mirri. So this is going to have to be 2 notches under the 8 that way, and then 2 notches under the 7 this way. And then that bit's going to go on there. That bit should go onto this bit. No, it's not, something's not straight, because this card is not fitting on this like perfectly. It's a bit out of sorts, and that looks like that's going to fit in like that. This one is being, I don't know, I think I've done something wrong on this one. So this one's going to have to be 4 notches under the 8, which is what I thought I did. Have a look again. Okay. Oh, there we go. Just a tad off on that one, so that should fit on there perfectly now. Yep. That's for the inside, and then for the outside, I don't think this piece is big enough to do the front of that card, no. So I'm going to have to use this one. So what was it, 8 that way. So it means to be 2 notches, 4 notches under the 8. So it's going to cut off. Or if I do 2 notches under the 8 that way, and then hopefully 2 notches under the 8 the other side. Because it should be 4 notches. So that is 3.5, just over 3.5. So I'm just going to cut this down, so that's 3.5, it's just over the 3.5, so if I take it down to there, that should be right now that way. I'm still going to have to chop another bit off, so I'm going to go another one. Try that one. Try not to cut too much off because otherwise I haven't got another piece of card that I can actually use on here. So that's a bit better. Now this way I need it 2 notches. See, that's 2 notches under the 8. If I go 4 notches under the 8, let me just have a little look. That might be alright. Yeah, we're going to go with that. And hope that it all goes together once I assemble all this together. So we're just going to put some all-purpose glue on here. And then some tacky glue. Turn this card over. Place this onto my silver mirror. And hopefully that it's going to be good positioning. I mean, sometimes my measurements are off when it comes to like little bits over 3.5, and a lot of my measurements or my card cutting from my mat and layers are done by visualising as I'm going along, because as you can see sometimes the mat and layers do not work out and you end up, especially when you're trying to do things that, so you've got them even at the tops and the bottom, if you're using the design like this one, so you're not cutting too much of the borders off. So again with my tacky glue, so this is going to go on the inside of this card. And sometimes when you're doing mats and layers you tend to get loads of little pieces left over, and I keep a lot of them because, I mean, this silver mirror is from Hunkydory. It was a mega pack that I brought, I think with 100 sheets or something like that in it, when they did their what do they call it, diamond deals a little while ago. So they're A3 size, and I can't remember what GSM they were, but they're quite a thick mirror. So that is what I'm using here. So yeah, that did cut a little bit short on the silver mirror and the top of that, but it's not too bad. Oh, and I've put that, see what I mean, I've put that upside down now, so lucky enough with this glue you get a little bit of play, so you can actually turn them around, and hopefully that'll still stick down, which it has. That's better. So yeah, I don't think this is straight, to be honest. I think this card front is a bit off. So if I just bring that over to there, just so I can have a little look yeah, it's slightly off on the cutting, but I'll see if I can trim it up a little bit. Hopefully that little trim, it's only a, no, it doesn't really matter. With the topper on there, you're not going to really see that much of that white card on there. But, I dropped everything on the floor. I'm just going to pull this topper out. Just to see where I'm at with what I'm doing. So I'm going to use that one. I'm not going to be using this inner frame. I'm going to bring that, and I'm going to bring in my, wherever they are, these little strips I've got here. And I'm going to go, because it's not going all the way around, so it's going half on and half off, and it doesn't matter which way around I put it up, because it's the same all the way around of the design. So about there I do. Oh, I used my wrong scissors then, and don't think I need any more on there. Just going to put that to one side for the moment, and I'm going to pull that off. Get that one off as well, and I'm going to open that up, put my fingers where the tape is, so that when I put this down, it actually goes where I want it to go. That's cool. I'm going to come back in with this, and I'm going to come in with this foam double-sided roll. Put that on this card topper on either side of this, which I think that might be. Hopefully I haven't gone too far, which I have. So what I'm going to have to do now is hopefully peel this off without ruining the, pull this off a little bit, just so I can trim it with my scissors, get my scissors in there and trim it down a bit, because I went a bit too close to that edge. Should have put a pencil mark on there really, so I knew where I needed to go. Hopefully that'll be up enough for me to get this off. If not, next best thing to use is my craft knife, I think. Just to pull a bit of that off. And try not to stab myself at the same time. Just going to open that up. Just going to feel where these pads are, and hopefully putting this into place on here. Okay, so I've gone over a tad too much on this one. Hopefully I haven't cut through the topper. Just trying to get like these little bits off. And that bit I might not be able to get off. I might just have to try and hide it by tucking it. And that's that, like that. So there is ways around if you make a mistake on a piece of topper, or on a topper thing. I've still got a couple of bits of card left from making my first card and my second card. Still got 2 oval shaped frames, and I've still got that little bit of what do you call it, border strip. So now I'm just going to find out what sentiment. So we've got Season's Greetings, and we have Sent with Love at Christmas, which I'm going to use both of them on this one. So I'm just going to turn them over, come in with a couple of these foam pads that I've got here, because they're a bit easier to use. And this one is going to go on the top here, just there, and then this one is going to go, I'm going to put this one over in this corner, like so. And there we have that. And can't remember if I have, yeah, I've got inserts, so you can put your insert in as well if you want to do that. Let's do that. So that's that card done. So that is 2 cards done today, and I've still got that topper, that little one, and then that one, which I'll probably use them up off of camera, just because the card that will be made with that is only going to be a very small card, because what I have left over with the card stock as well, with that Robin one, which is not a lot, and I've just thrown a lot of it on the floor. Oh no, that's my silver mirror I've thrown on the floor. So yeah, I mean, just going to bring that back in with the little bits that I have left over from this kit, so you can actually see what I have left. Just going to tidy up a few things while I'm talking away to you. Just because I get in such a mess with like all my card. And I've got trays over the side there for putting bits on when I cut it out. So I think that's a bit tidier now. And yeah, so yeah, that one is, this is what I've got left then. I'm going to put a couple of gems on in a sec. Yeah, so I have these 3 little, that little bit of card, plus that little bit of green card that come off of there. That's come off of this one there. I did have another bit of that, but I'm throwing it away at that bit, and then the tiny bit which could be used for border, and then 2 oval frames, and then this little bit of card border, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring in them gems, if I can remember. What ones did I use on my last card? I used red ones, didn't I? So I think I'm going to stick with the red. I think it was these ones. So we're going to come back in with these ones. If I can open the container. There we go. Oops, thrown them all over the table. It's not good, is it? Right, let's put you in there. Let's pick you up as well. And then I found another one over here. I don't know where you come from, but you can go in there. And then I've got my picky up tool and my glue. So on this one I'm just going to come down on this grey bit here, under there. Just going to put one there, one there and one there. And I'm going to go in with, if I can turn this one over. So they're not shiny, they're, I don't know what colour you would call these, pearlescent. And then that one, and then I'm just going to come in with a little smaller one and put them a bit close together actually. So just spread them out a little bit. And I think that's all I'm going to do on that one. I'm not going to overpower it with like gems and take it away from what it actually is, the robin. So that's all I'm going to do for that card. So I'm just going to pick up the other card that I have done with this kit, so you can see both cards side by side. So they're both 8x7s or 7x8s, whichever way you want to look at it. Both from the little robin Redbreast from the Winter Wishes collection, from the blockbuster, Christmas blockbuster that they did. I'm not sure whether it was June. I joined them in June, so it could any time after June. So it might have been July or it could have been August. I'm not 100% sure. So it's June, July or August that they had this one out. I'm not sure if they've still got it on their site if you haven't already got it. But it is a good kit. So that is all for this video for today. And next time when I come back with a video, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing. It will still be a Hunkydory, because that is all I possess at the moment is Hunkydory kits. I have quite a collection of kits, and I might try and come back with a different style of card to try something new. I don't know whether I'll be back later this week or whether it'll be, because I film my videos on a Sunday or on a Monday, so my videos go up from any time from Tuesday to Saturday, and then I sometimes have a break on a Sunday because I go and see family, and then I do a couple of videos on a Monday, and then they go up on my YouTube channel during the course of the week. So yeah, enough of me rambling anyway. So if you do like what you see and you come across this when you're looking for card tutorials to watch on YouTube, please do take a look at my channel. Please do like my videos, and if you like what you see, please do subscribe to my channel, because I always appreciate everybody's support and even feedback on my videos. So yeah, please do take care, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon in my next upcoming videos. And do take care. Till next time. Bye bye.